Day one. Well done. I'm so excited to do this with you. I just did my practice this morning as I do every morning. And I am a person that's super ambitious. I would say that I have lived with more fear than love. Because a lot of times ambition comes from fear, right? Not enough. I've got to keep striving. I've got to keep doing. So this morning in my practice, I was sort of asking myself, well, what will you do today? How will you show up in classes? And what struck me was remembering one of the things I'm working on right now, which is how do I want to bring love into the world today? And what I knew in that moment was that one of the most effective ways to bring love into the world today was to make sure that I felt loved. And I feel love when I practice. I feel love when I give myself that time in the morning to start my day off right. So I just want to say to you, congratulations. You're already bringing love into the world. And so, in that, you're doing your Dharma. You are so in your life purpose. In each one of these practices, in the beginning of the practice, I'll let you know what props you need, but it will also be written above the video in the block where you hit play. Today, we're going to need a belt. Today, I want to do, because it's our first day, I want to just do some very foundational poses. I want to get us in our feet, in our legs, happily in our low backs, so that we start this off right. Grounding in Yoga and Ayurveda is considered the Kapha dosha. The Kapha dosha is all about love. Let's start our time out with love. So, why don't we just start in a seated position, legs crossed? And I just have a little pillow in my bum, which I'm going to remove, but I want to keep it handy because we do end every practice with a little bit of a meditation, and I'm going to want that again. If you don't have a little pillow, you roll your mat up or a blanket up so that the sitting bones are pulled slightly back. Your pelvis is kind of emptying slightly forward. All right. So we're in our seated position. Take your left leg and stretch it forward. And bring your right ankle to sit on top of your left thigh. Careful that you're not putting too much stress on that knee. And could we just get our thumbs to dig in to that right foot? I'm struck by how we don't really talk to the parts of our bodies unless there's pain, injury, illness. Then we rush into conversation. And oftentimes the conversation is fairly toxic, right? Fairly critical. So as you run your thumbs into the sole of your foot, maybe like me, you're struck by how dry the sole of your foot is, and that maybe another loving act would be to do some moisturizer tonight. But thank your foot. Hello, right foot. Give each of your toes a loving pull. Earth in the baby toe, water in your fourth toe, fire in third, air in second, and finally ether in the big toe. On the top of your foot, get your fingers in between the bones and press about halfway toward the ankle. These are lymphatic areas. We want to go between each set of toes. And always with lymph nodes, we're pressing toward the heart to release the toxins, the stuff that's stored. Now take your left fingers and interlace them into your right toes. Circle that foot at the ankle slowly. Slow is loving. Fast is more disruptive. I say that, and truthfully, slow is so disruptive now because everything is just so fast. Reverse your circles. But you know what I mean. We want to come into the body in peace as friends, not foes. And slow says to the body, I'm not barging in. I just love to have a conversation. Now release your fingers from your toes and hold the sole of your right foot and then hold your knee. Let's do some circles with that whole leg, really savoring the circular nature of the hip sockets. I love the way my whole body can be massaged as I do these circles. I let my leg pull my arms. Reverse. Shoulders get a little stretch. Let's breathe. Nice deep inhales to the lower belly, strong exhales. Now pause. Place your right foot on the floor outside of your left knee. Hold that right knee, and I want you to kind of actively squeeze the knee into your belly while you push your right sitting bone down. Place your right hand on the floor behind you. Now, we always want opposition to stretch fascia, so push the sitting bones down, lift your breastbone up, look over your right shoulder. Turn to face forward. Let your left hand hold the outside of your right foot, so the blade of your foot. Take that foot up. I've got a little crossover to the left. I want to look over my right shoulder again. Now, you don't need to yank this knee into a straightened position. Just press the femur into the back of the thigh and extend through the inside of your foot. You might rock forward and back. Feel the left shoulder being pulled by the tension of your right leg and see if you can soften into that pull to let it be effective. The longer your inhale goes, the more profound it is. But that's even more true for the exhale. Stretch that exhale long. Come back to center. Place your ankle on that left thigh again. Hold your foot again. Hold your knee. Bring your leg up towards your chest. Now, initially, you might feel like your back really rounds. Don't pull your leg in quite so much. Lift your chest up and try to get your spine aligned. Now bring the leg up again, but keep your chest lifting. Some of you, we'll see if I can today, some of you might be able to stick your foot in your left elbow and your knee in your right elbow, and then you do a little bit of rocking. Lots of breathing. I love to circle in this position. So we're giving our right sitting bone, whether your arms are like this or not, you're giving your right sitting bone a really good massage, the soft tissue around it. And that translates to low back. Of course, the leg is being stretched. One more big exhale there. And let's softly release. Bring your right leg down. Whew, give it a little shake out. So notice if there's different heat in your right side now. My low back feels longer. It's like my right bum is dropping into the floor more than my left. It's great to take a moment to notice that and honor the transformability of our bodies. Let's bring the left ankle to the right thigh. Take your hands to your left foot and dig into the sole of that foot, creating a massage. Promise of moisturizer later. So on a reflexology level, each side of our body is mirrored in our feet. So the organs would be different in each foot. So the right would hold your liver, where the left would hold your spleen and stomach, for example. So our bodies really benefit from us tuning into our feet. Let's give our toes a pull. This is going to affect your neck, your sinuses, plus your elemental makeup. So earth is first, water, fire, air, and ether. Do your lymph nodes. Run the left fingers in between the bones about halfway up. You know, a lot of our body systems rely on us to do certain movements for them to function. I think we forget that, right? So breath is important to get your abdominal organs to flush and clean, right fingers in between left toes. Things like lymphatics and even your fascia have fluid in them, circles. And they have the fluid, but they don't have a pump. So when we practice circling our foot, for example, or stretching or squishing into the lymphatic areas, we become the pump and we allow those waterways to cleanse and to exchange fluid, reverse your circles. So your body's not an automaton. It needs you. It needs your active participation in its stewardship, right? You need to actively be part of your own well-being. And that's why we practice. Let your right hand go. Hold the sole of your foot and hold your knee. Let's do circles. Breathe. Inhale to 8 or so. Exhale to 10 or more. Reverse. One more. Place your left foot on the floor to the outside of your right knee. Bring your right arm around that left knee. Sometimes I say that, and my hand is often the thing holding my knee because I get more leverage. You might wrap your arm around, you might bring your arm to the outside. It's really up to you to feel what's right for you. Look over your left shoulder, press your left sitting bone down, lift your breastbone up, and flare those collarbones. So notice I didn't say shoulders up, I said breastbones. The center of your chest lifts, the shoulder blades glide down. Bring your right hand to the blade of your left foot. Bring that foot up slightly over to the right. Press femur into back of thigh. Let the tension of your leg pull on your arm. And we rock a little bit, forward and back. The point of practice is also to feel like we have time for ourselves. When we slow the breath down, when we slow the movements down, this is what our systems hear. I have time today, and it matters. Bring your ankle back down to your right thigh. Hold your foot, hold your knee. You're going to bring that leg back up again, but this time a little bit more pointedly toward the chest. Press the sitting bones down, lift your chest up, shoulders back. Now, if you're up for it, you might bring your left foot into your right elbow and your knee into your left elbow. I've been struggling a little bit with some left knee issues, so I can just kind of back off with it. But really trust your body symptoms. Do not go to strain ever in your practice. Only stretch. There is a very large difference there. Sometimes we don't know it though till we cross the line and we find strain. So I'm going to back off. So we want to really stay close to ourselves as we practice, listen deeply. So I felt the stress of that. So I backed off. Well, now I can get into my stretch more deeply because I'm not sacrificing my knee. I can work into the tender places, right? So really listen to you. Couple more. Nicely done. Tumble that left leg straight. Does it feel different? Are you aware of changes in that left side? Is there more heat? Do you feel the depth into your hip? Let's go into a reclining position. Have your belt handy. Bring your knees towards your chest. I brought my belt in a loop because it has a buckle. If you don't have a belt, you can use a long scarf, you could use a bathrobe belt. It doesn't have to be tied in a loop. We have a lot of options. Get both of your feet into the belt and wrap the belt around your hands. Do a little bit of side to side rocking, like a lullaby for your back. Change that to circles. So your sacrum is where the thong triangle would sit in your back. So it's just above your tailbone and below your waist, and it is actually triangular. As you do these circles, you're going to be able to feel the shape of it. Reverse your circles. Come back towards center. Take the belt off of your feet. Keep it handy. Bring your knees into your chest. Now take your left hand to your outer right knee. Bring your knees over to the left. Let me just do a caveat. If your low back is tender, feet on the floor, then bring your knees to the left and then draw them up more and more toward chest height. Right arm is going to open shoulder height. Now feel the roll of your breath in this posture. Inhale, widen. Exhale, squeeze yourself like a tube of toothpaste. Inhale, widen. Exhale, squeeze. Now in every practice, we're going to do side stretches, twists, forward bend, back bend, because that's a complete practice. So I want you to take your arms to the sky and hold your elbows. Take your elbows to the right. There's a little bit of a shoulder awareness. In the left shoulder blade, we breathe. Now slowly draw your arms up overhead, and if that's too much, just rest on the forehead. And as you do, keep hold of your elbows, pull your shoulder blades down, breathe to the side walls of your body. So this becomes our side stretch. Inhale, widen the sides. Exhale, squeeze and press your left elbow further away. Feel that side body stretch. Drop your arms. Bring your knees to center and pause there, hugging your knees into your chest. Let's have the right hand pull the knees over to the left. That's to the right. I'm so sorry. Left arm opens, shoulder height. Never trust my left and right. Inhale, widen your body. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, widen. Exhale, squeeze. Float your arms to the ceiling, hold your elbows. Take your elbows to the left, breathing into the back of the right lung. Bring your arms softly up, either to the forehead or all the way above your head. Inhale, widen the side walls of your body. Exhale, squeeze the ribs in, squeeze the blades down, and press your right elbow further away, getting the right side of the body to stretch long. Now I know in Little Boat Twist you're feeling your left side, but it's really interesting to stretch that right side, really getting into the nitty gritty. Let your arms drop. Bring your legs to center, placing your feet on the floor. The feet are hip width apart. We ground. Arms stretching alongside your body, palms down. Take an inhale. Exhale, scooping your belly towards your back. Press your feet down and allow your tailbone to slowly curl up. As you come up through your spine, do not clench your bum. But wrap your quads in and press your feet down. As you come up higher, feel all the sand pouring into your shoulder blades. Lift the breastbone toward the chin, not chin toward chest, breastbone toward chin. Wrap those quads in, press your feet down, and then float your arms to the sky, and then all the way overhead. And I want you to slowly roll down one vertebra at a time. Let's put ourselves in alignment for the rest of our day. Once you're all the way down, drop your arms back down again. Let your palms face up. Close your eyes. Today's breathing and meditation will be in a reclining position. Most of the time we'll be seated. Today we're reclining. I want you to feel your whole body as nothing but lungs. When you inhale, start at the belly, then the ribs, then the chest as a slow fill. When you exhale, go chest, ribs, belly. Keep going. Inhale, pelvic floor and belly, ribs, chest. Exhale, squeeze chest, squeeze ribs, squeeze belly. I want you to continue in that pattern, feeling the sides of your body, front of your body, and the back of your body. Maybe a pause after the inhale. Maybe even again after the exhale. Find the space between your thoughts. As we prepare for the next chapter in our day, keep your eyes closed. Let your breath become a little bit easier, softer, more fluid. Travel down to the deepest place in your belly. Imagine looking around you to see that you are in the center of a circular table. All around that table sits your council of elders and sages and wise ones. Feel their loving eyes, their loving presence, their utter belief in you. Soak in it. Let it seep into your bone marrow. May you bring love into the world today. I wish for you peace. Om Shanti. The light in me bows to the light in you. Namaste.